Welcome to Sports Talk with the Cowboy.
Welcome and thanks for riding with the Cowboy. Well, in tonight's show, we're going to go over a lot of things. We're going to start with our Bucks, talk about NFL free agency and what's going on out there with the Bucks. Nothing major except some of re-signings of the players we have already had on the team, like Bryce Hall. We did bring a Walker, linebacker, Antonio Walker from the Dolphins to the Bucks as a linebacker. And we've also received news that we've had a signing of K1 Merriweather as a safety. All these were players on the Bucks team, by the way. The second round of free agents that's going on after the first round with Hassan Reddick and Chris Godwin and B. Brinson and some of the other ones at the first round. This is the second wave, so to speak. No news on any major free agent acquisition of the Bucks to it from another team right now. There are quite a few players still out there in free agency that can still sign with other teams. But if you're in this kind of third wave that's going on now, you're going to wait around and see how much you can get some players and get good deals for the players in a one-year prove-it deal in some cases. But the Bucks are genuinely concentrating on still finding a few more players, I believe, even here in free agency before the draft in April. I know in April they will be going after edge rushers. They'll be after linebackers and cornerbacks. There is no doubt. It could be edge and cornerback, but we need some cornerbacks. And so we have signed a couple of low-level free agent cornerbacks, one for the Lions. He was a special team player, played a little bit of nickel with the Lions, Kendall Vigneault, something like that. We got him on a very, very, very good deal, money-wise. And that's about what's going on at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now. Of course, everybody's, still trying to mill out who they're going to get. The major acquisitions have mostly got. The only big major acquisition left is Aaron Rodgers, whether he's going to play ball, not play ball, play for Pittsburgh, play for the Giants, what he's going to do. And that's about the major thing in the free agency market right now in the NFL this week. We'll keep you posted on anything that might come up, and it could come up real quick. A signing could come up tonight, but we'll keep you posted. And then we're going to go to the Tampa Bay Ray baseball team, which is opening up in a week from today. So we're trying to get the Rays ready to get the Steinbrenner Field in Tampa, their new home for this year, and get them out there and get them a win on the first game. We're looking pretty good. Our pitchers are looking good. We've probably got 7 starters. We only need 5. So we'll have a couple guys in the bullpen that we could put in there. Of course, when they get going, we'll have to see how that shakes out because, there's always something, God forbid, that could happen to a pitcher. He go out for a little while and let the other one come back in. Our hitting has picked up a little bit. We've got a lot of minor leaguers up there hitting still in the spring training, and they're hitting real well. Matt Joyce is hitting absolutely out of his mind. So there are some players that are really doing real well here in spring ball. This isn't Major League Ball as far as the season goes for another week. We'll see how it goes, but the Rays has no catastrophic injuries to any of these pitchers or any of these players as we sit here tonight, and that's always good news for the Rays. The Tampa Bay Lightning continue to win. They were on the road with the Boston Bruins a couple of nights ago and won. They're playing good hockey. They're getting ready for the playoffs in another month if they can stay with the mojo they're going. Of course, they're moving forward. And I think they've got a good group of shooters, as long as Vasilevsky can stay in the net as a goalie. So we've got a lot going on with the Rays. We got some going on with the Lightning, and we're going to keep our eyes always on the Bucks. That's about it for this week as far as the 3 major sports in Tampa. But before I leave, I've got to say that the Valspar PGA tournament in Palm Harbor is this weekend, which is the Tampa, as you know, it's Major League PGA Golf Tournament of the Year. The Valspar at the Copperhead course in Palm Harbor this weekend, the PGA Tour. We'll keep you posted on who wins the PGA Tour there. If you're in the area, get out and go one of the 4 days, either Thursday, Friday, Saturday, if you're lucky enough to go Sunday to the final round. It's a beautiful course. It's a beautiful event. Get out and support it, and support Valspar, the paint that puts it on and puts up the prize money for it on the PGA Tour. And now we're going to go to NASCAR last week out in Las Vegas, Nevada. And Josh Berry won the 101st victory for the Wood Brother team. He won it this week, the Wood Brothers Racing. won the Las Vegas race for NASCAR Sunday. They will be driving at Miami Homestead Speedway down in Miami, about 2.5 hours from where I'm sitting, Sunday. So they're here still in Florida. We were talking in the studio about the 12 Hours of Sebring, the winners. Of course, as you know, Porsche, Penske Porsche, car number 7. First place, Penske Porsche, car number 6. Second place, the number 60 Acura. Third place. That was the same cars, those that I just said, the number 7 Porsche, number 6 Porsche, and number 60 Acura. They took the same positions at the Rolex 24 Hours of Daytona 1 month ago. Same 3 in Daytona Rolex 24 Hours came to Sebring with 80 cars, and they were still the same 3. Well, it's just the way it is. So anyhow, Penske dominates at the 12 Hours of Sebring. Beats all the competitors throughout the day. A crowd of estimated about 250,000 people in and out. A steady crowd of 200,000+ people at the 12 Hours of Sebring. The 73rd running. The 75th running, of course, will be in 2027. I figure tomorrow, next year is 2026. So we're already getting ready for that big 75th running of the 12 Hours of Sebring. You can only imagine what it'll be all about with the greatest race in endurance, and it's celebrating its 75th birthday. We'll keep you posted, but it was a great race. A lot of action in all the categories. The GT prototypes, the LM2s, the GT Pro D, and the GT each class. And they run and victorious in each class. And it was a great race out there. We'll keep you posted on who wins down at Homestead in the Craftsman Truck and in the Infiniti and in the NASCAR Cup. And we'll keep you posted on who wins over at Valspar. And we'll keep you posted on that next week's show. Now I'm going to go to the questions, and tonight's first question is from Deborah, and Deborah wanted to know what I thought about the Stu Sternberg walking away from the Tropicana field deal. And Deborah, listen, it was a terrible situation. Stu Sternberg could not come up with $150 million to make $1,300 million. You can figure it out any way you want. It was terrible on him for not going with the plan, but he decided not to. Major League Baseball is not going to let him leave the Tampa Bay area. It's the 10th biggest TV market in America. They've done said, I don't care who you sell it to. I don't care if you sell it to a man on the street corner. Hey, he ain't moving the team, okay? That's all I'm telling you. He said, well, you can't stop me and tell me what I do with my team. I can go anywhere I want with it. Here's what I tell you. There's 29 other teams here. Ain't none of them will play you. So that's how they stop owners from moving. People ask me, and I had kind of the same question. How do you stop an owner from moving a team? You take him out of the league he's in. That's stopping. That's how they do it. Okay? Stu, they're going to make him sell it. I think he's going to be selling. I believe he'll be selling it in 6 months. I believe Stu Sternberg will sell it. Won't hear a bunch of fuss about it. He'll just sell it for $1 billion, $2 billion, and walk away from it. And there's people willing to buy it for that kind of money. And ain't a lot of people that got that kind of money. But anyhow, God bless you for your question. We'll keep you posted on that as we have for the last 20 years. And that's about how long it's been, this stadium saga, sadly, for the Tampa Bay area. And the next question is from Ralph. And Ralph wanted to know what I thought about Baker Mayfield getting Kyle Trask back on the team, or telling the coaches he was a good backup quarterback for the squad. And I think it speaks highly of Baker Mayfield to go out and speak highly of Kyle Trask. And Kyle Trask, who threw for 11 yards last year, he got his contract. He's back as a Buck, right behind Baker, okay? So I think it's great that Baker went to bat for Kyle Trask, because we know he ain't had a chance since Brady had been there. Kyle Trask had, okay? He just ain't. Brady's there, Baker's there, okay? But anyhow, I thought it was good of the Bucks because it is continuity, and there's a lot of continuity on this team for the Bucks. All the players are back that we wanted back, every one of them, and that's good for the Bucks, okay? That shows you that organization takes care of its own, okay? So God bless them, and I think it was great of Baker to do it. Great. And the last question tonight is from Alice, and Alice wanted to know what I thought about the bumping at the 12 Hours of Sebring last week. It wrecked quite a few cars. Alice, the BMW was coming out of its pit box, and an Acura came in fast, and he was moving out of the pit box, and Acura hit him in the rear end. And Alice, if you hit anybody in the rear end in a car, I don't care what it is, you can't hit them in the rear end. If the guy in front of you is in an enclosed, painted box, and your car is over there in his box hitting him in the rear end, it ain't the guy that you hit's fault, okay? You hit him. No big deal. It's just that they did disqualify one of the cars, which, when you hit a guy like that and ruin both cars, what you gonna do for the guy? I mean, the guy that you run into wrongly, he's out the race anyhow, but the guy that hit you, you got to do something to him if you're in a race, so got to be disqualified. I know it was a tough situation for the Acura team. They were very upset about it, but that's how it goes. Somebody's got to make that call, and they made that call in the pit lane at 12-hour receiving last week. And thank you for bringing that up. On that note, I'll end the show for tonight. Well, everyone, continue to send your comments or questions in. Continue to support us and share us with your friends. Remember, there's more hate in this world than there's love. Pray to Jesus. Things will be better. God bless you. Till next show, Cowboy out.
Have you ever had a dreams that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?